Hello, you amazing hackers. A lot of you have asked me to do some live recon so you guys could see how I do it and what exactly I do so you guys can get an idea of what you guys can do yourselves. So I decided to record this video for you where I try to go for Google and I try to find a target that I like and that I can attack. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is go to DNS dumpster and I'm going to find all of the subdomains because Google has a star.google.com bug bounty program, which means you can attack any subdomain of Google, of course, only responsibly. So the first thing I'm going to do is check out all of the subdomains I can find here. And as you can see, I found a couple of DNS servers, I found some mail records, some text records, and most importantly, some A records. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all of these A records for later. I'm going to create a new file here. So I'm going to nanodomains.txt and I'm just going to copy and paste all of these specific ones I have in here. Now, of course, there are ways to do this a lot faster. I'll leave those up to you. You can just script those. Now, when I have all of these domains, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start up a mass. Mass is an OS project and it will start also mapping your attack surface. Now, what I'm going to do is the first command is, of course, a mass enum, and then I'm going to give my domain as well, and it's going to start querying all those specific sources for google.com subdomains. And as you can see, it's going to start producing a list, and I'm going to take this list again, and I'm also going to add it to my subdomains list. So as you can see, the list can get pretty long, and you can get a whole lot of subdomains. I had to stop my scan here because it was running for a long time. But I take all of those subdomains and I also paste them into my domains list. Now the next tool I use is sublister. I'm going to scroll up a little bit here, back to my command, as you can see here. So I did the command sublister. I first, of course, downloaded sublister as the tool. Then, of course, I did the tool sublister -d google.com. And as you can see, again, I get a whole lot of subdomains of google.com. I'm going to copy these. I'm also going to put those in my domains list. Now the next part is I'm going to do some GitHub dorking, and I'm just going to try and get the GitHub of Google. So I'm just going to go Google GitHub, and as you can see, Google has a GitHub. So I'll just try dorking the whole GitHub repository with GitHub dork.py, which is also a tool I'll put in the description. And I just enter -u for user and I'll pick Google because that's the user I want to attack. And as you can see, some results have been found. Now these are all test data, so they're not really that important. They're allowed to be here. But this is a good tool to find some excellent OSINT data. Now the next tool I want to show you guys is, so when I have all of this information, I also want to go to do some OSINT on Google and do some OSINT on the Wayback Machine. But as you can see, I can only do OSINT on one of these. Now the first thing I want to do is try and look for some subdomains myself. So I'm just going to go site.google.com. Now I'm just going to try and remove everything that I already have. So I already have Fiber, I already have domains, I already have developers. And I'm just going to keep on doing that until I have a domain that I find attackable. Now, while I do that, in the background, I have a few scripts running. So, as you can already see, I have a script here. This is a script I created myself, scanmultipledomains.shell. And what this will do is it'll take a file as input. So, as you can see here, I have a parameter -f. And that's why I keep putting all of those domains into a text file. I'll just refer to this text file when I run my script. And what this script will do is just run either a full port scan or only a smaller port scan, which is more desirable in this case because we have a whole lot of actual domains in our domain list. Now, as you can see, another script is actually executed, initialscan.shell. When I open this script, initialscan.shell, you'll see it'll just perform an nmap function with all of the ports, or not all of the ports, so a quick or a full nmap scan, and it'll also run a nicto scan. Now I output those files to the I also have some output for those files, minus OA as you can see here, and minus output for the nicto command. Now this way I'll know which domains have HTTP servers, which ports are open, all that kind of stuff. And there is more automation that can be done here, but this is how far I've automated it for now. Now I also have a few more scripts in here. I can, for example, do the, let me see here, gobuster.shell. This will do gobuster for me, so it will do the gobuster command using a word list I can specify, or I can just use the default word list that I have in here. I can also do my SQL injection, so .sqli.shell. This is all, by the way, on files, so that's why I made all of these shell scripts. It's because I want to be able to do it on all of the different domains that I have in my domains list. I don't want to be going through the domains list one by one and seeing which one works and which one doesn't. Now, while all of these scripts are running in the background, say for example I find a good attack target. Now I've picked accounts.google.com. I'll also be looking at the Wayback Machine for some stuff. First of all, I'll be looking at the sitemap. Now, of course, I'll be going to the year 2021 because that's the current year, and that's usually the most accurate. And I'll also be going to Google, and I'll be doing some OSINT there. So I'll be going to site accounts.google.com, and I'll be removing all of the stuff that I don't need. So for example, I'll be sign up, I don't need that. What we have here is, for example, update emails, edit emails, account chooser. These are all things I might want to investigate on the account service. Now, while I do that, the Wayback Machine hasn't loaded yet. That's because the sitemap is a little bit too heavy from accounts to google.com. So you might want to try a different subdomain, or you might want to try a different target for this, or you might just want to skip Wayback Machine altogether. Now, that's about it what I do for Recon. I also have a few other scripts like Eyewitness, which will take screenshots of the web pages for me. So for example, when it goes to accounts.google.com and it knows that it has a specific target there, a specific web server, it'll take a screenshot, and that way I can just go over all of the screenshots later on and I can pick my target manually. So that's pretty much how I choose my targets, how I pick my targets, and how I do some Recon. Now, if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. I know it's a bit brief, but I tried to cover a lot in this video, so please don't be shy to ask any questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I also created a Patreon. Please don't feel obligated to support me on there. You guys already support me way enough by just watching my videos. I cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate this. You guys watch and share my videos, you subscribe to me. That's amazing, so thank you for that. I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye.